The 14-Day Carnivore Challenge, Day 7, You Are What You Eat. I'm the author, Jason Atkinson. In nature, a carnivore is defined as an organism that eats meat or exclusively meat. So, just as there are different types of carnivores, there are different types of carnivore diets. Let's take a quick look at some of the more popular ones. The lion diet. This is the most restrictive version and includes only meat and organs of ruminant animals. Dr. Sean Baker and Michaela Peterson are notable advocates of this version of the diet. Hypercarnivore. 70% or more of the foods consumed are animal sources, may include fish, fowl, eggs, and possibly some dairy. Keto carnivore or ketovore. Eliminates virtually all carbohydrate sources, including those found in some starchy tubers and fruit. The emphasis on animal protein is the main difference between this and a clinical ketogenic diet. The emphasis is still on maintaining a state of ketosis. Note, excess protein will get converted to glucose through a process known as gluconeogenesis. However, this will not kick you out of ketosis, as many people believe, because the process is demand-driven, not supply-driven. Animal-based, mostly strict carnivore, but includes plant sources of carbohydrates from honey and fruit. Dr. Paul Saladino is the main promoter of this way of eating. This is touted as a more performance-based version of carnivore and is better suited to those not primarily seeking fat loss. In all of its various forms, the carnivore diet is essentially an elimination diet. So it's more about what you're avoiding than what you're eating. The main idea is once you reduce or eliminate low nutrient, high calorie processed food-like products, you're only left with a relatively small list of natural edible foods, namely meat, fish, fowl, eggs, fruit, vegetables, fungi, nuts, and seeds. Of those, the animal sources are higher in protein than any and other vital nutrients. Humans are technically classified as omnivores because we eat from both the plant and animal kingdoms. I think the case could be made that we are obligate carnivores because we rely on the animal kingdom exclusively for at least some essential nutrients, such as vitamin B12. On the other hand, there are no essential nutrients derived exclusively from plants. In fact, there isn't a single plant nutrient that isn't available from animal sources in a higher quality and more absorbable form. I've personally witnessed several instances of people developing nutrient deficiencies when attempting to eliminate all animal products from their diet, namely anemia or iron deficiency, protein deficiency, leading to muscle wasting, low bone density, and hair loss, as well as B12 deficiency. This is not the case with reducing or eliminating most plants from the diet. As a species, we have adapted to eating both plants and animals. Consumption of plants as a food source increased in the agricultural age when our health began to decline, and further escalated in the industrial age when we developed a full-blown epidemic of obesity and metabolic disorders. For most of human history, animals were the primary food sources with only a small number of edible, non-poisonous plants available, and even that was highly seasonal. Plants have historically been survival foods to prevent starvation in the absence of animal-based nutrition if, for example, the herds of grazing ruminants had moved on or the hunting, fishing, or trapping was unsuccessful that day. As apex predators, we are at the top of the food chain and have the ability to not only eat plants, but also to eat other animals who can eat the plants for us, bioaccumulating and biomagnifying the nutrients in these plants in the most bioavailable form. One of my criticisms of the carnivore diet is the all-or-nothing mentality associated with it. You might think, as I did, that you can't just be a little bit carnivore. You either eat nothing but meat or you don't. However, this is not true. Any increases in red meat and eggs or limiting of carbohydrates, specifically from sugar and flour or processed grains, is a step in the right direction, in my opinion. If you just want to ease into it, you can start by employing a more of this, less of that kind of thinking and see how you feel. If the result is positive, just continue heading in that direction. Who knows how far you could go?